Have you ever felt stuck in trying to start a design project because you don't know all the proper or formal processes? What if I could help get you unstuck right now with 4 simple steps? Well, hey, I'm Finley, I'm a product designer, and today I'm going to share with you a simple process to help you get unstuck and moving with an uncomplicated, simple design process to help you move forward and bring your ideas to life. So in this video, I'm going to break down these 4 steps. Don't worry, you don't need any formal design education or complicated tools. This is really a very simple process that you can follow and you can apply to basically any project that will help you get your designs coming to life much faster and learning, most importantly, about how well your design is solving the problem you're trying to solve. First up, you need to get crystal clear on what you're trying to solve. So who are you solving for? What are the issues that they really have? What problem are they trying to solve that you're trying to help them with? And what context matters? Where are they doing this? On what devices? Under what constraints? Are they outside? Are they inside? Are they walking? Are they at their desk? Are they using their phone? Are they using a computer? These are just some of the questions you can ask yourself to start creating some constraints to help you understand what is the problem you're trying to solve. It's also equally important to think about what is it not. So you're not trying to boil the ocean here. So what do you not need to worry about? Can you just focus on one form factor? Can you just focus on one part of the problem? Can you really focus on just serving the need of that one person very precisely and very simply? Can you do that? Perhaps if you can find ways of measuring the success of the problem, how well you solved it, did you help them get from A to B, you'll be able to validate whether or not you've really honed in on what the problem is so you can find a great solution. Step 2, explore. This is where you can become super creative and go very broad. You want to really go wild with the ideas. Try and take away any preconceived ideas or conventions that you think you have coming into this process, and just think about what are all the different ways that you could possibly solve this problem. Think about inspiration. So, what competitors have you seen solving similar kinds of problems? What cool ideas or cool interactions might you have seen in different places that could be well applied to this problem? What other ways are there of thinking about this problem? Can you come at this problem from a different angle in a way that the user may not expect but would still solve the problem for them? Perhaps you can go back a step in the process and actually solve a different problem that prevents this problem from even coming up. You want to go super broad and be very creative. Step 3, refine. Now we want to take these broad ideas and start to bring things in a little bit. Let's think back to step 1 about the problem that we defined, the user, the scenario, the challenges they have. How well do these different ideas you've had really solve for that problem? And you can start to refine and focus in on maybe 1 or maybe 2 of these ideas and really go into sort of more detail. You want to dig deeper into, okay, well, let's explore this path and see what this is really like. This might be a great time to jump into a tool like Figma and pull together a really rapid prototype. If you don't have access to a tool or you don't want to do something like that, you can really just do any kind of prototyping. Paper prototyping, super simple. You can just draw screens, draw interactions on paper, and just map out every single step as a piece of paper. There's loads of great videos on YouTube and everywhere else for this, so I really recommend you go and look at that if you're interested. Step 4, ship it. Now, depending on what your scenario is, ship it might mean something different. But what this stage is really about is about learning. We want to take this problem, these ideas, and then this potential solution and really start to learn from it. We want to put it in front of people. So that might be putting it in front of friends or family if this is a personal project. This might be putting it in front of trusted colleagues, folks who you can rely on for honest and critical feedback. Or even if you're in a professional scenario, it might be your stakeholders or your client. But really importantly, you want to learn. It's super important that you start to understand how well does this idea stand up to the real world. You could go super deep into a solution that doesn't really solve the problems that the end user is going to have. You might have thought of some really novel interactions. You might have come at it from a really fascinating way. It might be a great piece of design, but if it doesn't really solve the problem well, then you're not really answering those questions from step 1. So you really want to get that feedback. And this stage might be kind of difficult. You're probably going to hear feedback that you may not want to hear. But if you're hearing it, it's probably really valuable feedback to hear. It's super important to get that critical, honest feedback to really help you improve, because those pieces of feedback are knowledge that you can apply to your design. So after this point forward, you can go back a step, you can refine some more, you can go broad again, you can maybe rethink about the problem. Oh, I've shown this to my colleagues and this doesn't seem to be resonating with the problem we thought we were solving. This allows you to go back to step one and say, hey, are we solving this problem correctly? And then you can move through the process again. So yeah, this simple 4-step process allows you to quickly focus in on the problem, explore some ideas, refine into a solution, and then learn by shipping. Remember, this process is meant to be light. It's meant to keep you moving quickly, learning fast, iterating quickly, so that you can take whatever the problem is you have and try and get to a solution quicker. So take it with that kind of attitude. Making mistakes is okay. It's going to happen. We're going to miss something at some point in our problem definition or our refinement or whatnot. That's absolutely fine. Mistakes are completely normal. People make mistakes everywhere. And I think in the design world, we're putting our work out in front of people and asking for their feedback and their critique. And sometimes those mistakes feel like they maybe hurt a little bit more than they might do in other scenarios. But don't worry, it's learning. It's how you grow. It's a really positive part of the process. So now I've given you this simple template. I really encourage you to go out and try and apply this to a problem that you might have and see how it works. I would love to hear what your thoughts are on this kind of simple process and anything you would add or perhaps remove from this process. This is me shipping my simple process to you, and I would love to hear your feedback. Thanks.